What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Sports TV, and I am back with another video. This is the rundown. Yordenis Ugas hopes a win over Omar Figueroa will lead to another world title shot. We all know back in March 9th to be exact, Yordenis Ugas battled with Sean Porter, the WBC welterweight champion, in a razor-thin fight that a lot of people felt he was the victory and should have been awarded the decision, but it didn't go the way of the challenger. Sean Porter retained that title via close unanimous decision. I believe all three scorecards were 7-5 across the board. Correct me down below if I am wrong, but that result didn't deter or break the spirit of Yordenis Ugas, who is now on the comeback trail, and he will do so on a big undercard taking place July 20th, where Keith Thurman will be defending his WBA Super Champion belt against the WBA regular welterweight champion Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. That fight is taking place in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the MGM Grand Arena. But his opponent will be the hard-hitting, unbeaten Omar Figueroa, who is 28-0 with one draw and 19 knockouts. He is coming off of a controversial unanimous decision win over longtime French contender John Molina. In that fight, I felt Molina did enough. The odds were stacked against him. Omar Figueroa is a solid fighter. He is 29 years old, big puncher, and he came in with a huge weight advantage. He completely missed the weigh-in, or the weight came in overweight. But a guy like John Molina is not going to turn down an opportunity to get paid just because his opponent was unprofessional and couldn't make the weight. So he still went through with it, even though it was even more dangerous than boxing already is, because you having a guy that outweighs you by a significant amount, who can already punch, coming in there to do battle with you. But the manager of Yordenis Ugas, Louis de Cubas Jr., said this: Yordenis remains in the elite of the division, and that is confirmed by the fact that he will fight on the most important card of the season. If he beats Figueroa, he returns to the conversation for another world title shot. Everyone knows that Ugas did not lose to Porter. This is his chance to keep growing, to show everyone what a great fighter he is. So that is the statement. Like I said, a lot of people feel how DeCubas Jr. feels. They feel like he did win that fight against Porter. He should be the WBC welterweight champion fighting Errol Spence. But instead, he has to, get up, dust himself off, and go on to the next fight, which is a big fight, a fight that I think that he has an excellent chance of winning against Figueroa, who is a power puncher, but he's a guy that's more pressure than skill. He's a southpaw who comes forward, squares himself up a lot, really doesn't employ a lot of head movement, a lot of lower upper body movement. He's just a rough and rugged fighter with big power, a big heart, extreme will, and a very good chin. So it'll be a fight that you would have to favor Yordenis Ugas in if you're looking at it from a skill standpoint and a stylistic standpoint. But the pressure of Figueroa is something that Yordenis Ugas is going to have to be aware of and have to offset in an intelligent and smart way. Ugas had to say this: we're going to keep trying. I am a religious person, and I am very grateful for the things that have happened. With everything that happened, I should not be here in this position in the elite of the sport. We are in a great fight with Figueroa, very tough and competitive against an undefeated fighter, and it will be a great night of boxing. Let's do it. So he's very up for the fight. He's not down on himself, and we're going to see how this fight plays out. Omar Figueroa is a very good inside fighter. Ugas is more of a slick boxer, not much big power, but he's a guy that has some good hand speed, can box, has a good technical, base about himself. And this fight should be entertaining and competitive, and we should see what style wins out. Will it be the pressure, power style of Omar Figueroa, or will it be the slick, more boxer, elusive style of Yordenis Ugas because, that's what it's going to have to take for him to be successful. I don't think he can stand in there and go to war with Omar Figueroa and come out successful. Just like I don't see Omar Figueroa being able to fight from the outside and not get picked apart by Yordenis Ugas, who has the better jab, the quicker hands, the quicker feet, the better fundamental base, and I think he can do a little more than Figueroa can in that ring. So yeah, I look forward to this fight, man. With this fight and then Sergey Limpinets and John Molina on this card as well. It looks to be like a very action-packed, explosive undercard or card in general come July 20th. So I look forward to that. Next up, Daniel Dubois plans to do damage on Gorman, make a statement. The fight these two guys have wanted for the longest is finally coming to fruition. Both of these guys are heavyweight prospects. Both of these guys are big punchers. Both of these guys are undefeated. And both of these guys do not like each other. And that is clear. Gorman has been calling for this fight for the longest. But, it had to take some time. Both of these guys had to continue to win and had to do what they had to do to get to this point. This kind of reminds me to a lesser degree of the Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White fight. These guys had a history of sparring and then, in the amateurs. So it was genuine disdain, at least on the part of Dillian White. And I think that Gorman will take the role of Dillian White in this. I don't think Daniel Dubois hates Nate Gorman at all, but Gorman has a bone to pick with Daniel Dubois. He said he dominated him in sparring in the amateur days, and this is his chance as a professional to show that he is the big dog out of the two. Gorman is 22 years old, and Daniel Dubois is 21, and I can't wait for this fight. This is what Dubois said. It means nothing. That statement can go to the wind. If that is what he thinks, fine. He can think whatever he wants. I know what I've got to do, and I know the mood I will get to closer to the fight. I will be ready. I'm in the business to make a name for myself and win whatever titles they throw at me. There are guys I've got to come through, and I will do it. I am pretty cold-blooded, so this is just me. This is the Hurt Business, and I enjoy it. Whew, shit. Damn, that statement kind of threw me off. Yeah, he cold-blooded. He looking to fuck Gorman up. This is what he said. At this moment, I'm kind of relaxed about it all, and I have an idea in my head about how the fight is going to go down. In fact, I'm sure about it. Every fight does excite me. This one maybe so a little bit more. It depends on my mood. I can really say so myself sometimes, but I am feeling really good, and I feel confident for this one. I am ready to get it on. This is going to be a big fight, man. This is going to be an explosive fight. I think Daniel Dubois about to fuck Nathan Gorman up. This guy is 6'6". He's a fucking, he can really punch. He can really punch. He's still raw from a skill standpoint, but he's developing. But his last fight, I can't think of the guy's name. It was recent. He was getting pieced up. I say that. Daniel Dubois was getting pieced up by his last opponent. But that power is the great equalizer, and we quote that with another top heavyweight, the WBC heavyweight champion, who can be getting pieced up, and then boom, one punch, your ass is out there. But yeah, Richard Lartey, he got a 4th round TKO victory over him, but he was getting pieced up in that fight. So that is something I'm pretty sure Nathan Gorman was paying attention to, in that he's following and making sure that if Lartey can land those left hooks and those right hands on Dubois, I definitely can. But Gorman's going to have to fight an intelligent fight. And Ricky Hatton, the future Hall of Famer, is in his corner and is going to have to remind him, like, look, you can't fight this fight ignorantly. I know you want to get the knockout. I know you want to get a highlight reel victory and dominate this fight, but you got to let the fight come to you. You got to be composed, and you got to, execute the game plan that we put in place for you. But he's not a hugest puncher as Daniel Dubois. He's 16-0 with 11 knockouts, a 69% KO ratio. He has a 73-inch reach, and he's 6'4.5". So he will definitely be at a disadvantage height wise. Let me check the reach. Yeah, reach too. Daniel Dubois is 6'5" with a 78-inch reach, 91% knockout percentage. Only shit. Only person that went the distance with him was let me think of it. What's the guy name? Kevin Johnson. And shit, that don't surprise me. Kevin Johnson just went to points with Nathan Gorman. That was his last fight. So Kevin Johnson is a veteran that has been around the block and has fought many big name fighters. He's fought for a title, I believe. He's a guy that's not going to knock you out. He's a slick guy who, at this point, really just comes to survive. He's 34-13 with one draw, 18 knockouts, 2 losses come by knockouts. So he's very durable, has an excellent chin, and he is a tough out for anybody. But I can't wait for this fight, man. I cannot wait. This is going to be a big action fight. I expect Daniel Dubois to get the victory in a big way. I think that his power is just gonna be too much for Gorman when it comes down to it. Gorman gonna open up and gonna get too excited, and he gonna get clipped forward. Next up, Joe Joyce seemingly believes that his win over Alexander Ustinov, proves that he's a credible opponent for Joshua, and I don't see it. At age 33 years old, he is now 9-0 with 9 knockouts. He did what he had to do against Ustinov. He knocked him out with a left hook in the 3rd round. This guy does not do it for me. When I watch him, I don't get excited as, man, this is a potential threat to Joshua, to Fury, to Wilder, to any other prospects up and coming. I'm not trying to disrespect and discredit him because he is a former Olympic silver medalist, and a lot of people felt that he should be an Olympic gold medalist. But when I watch him, all I see is a guy who is slow, robotic, has a leaky defense, squares himself up. He looks like a fucking walking heavy bag. Wilder, Joshua, Fury, Ortiz, these guys are going to piece his ass up. Now, he does showcase toughness. He showcased a durable chin. It seems like he has the ability to take a good shot, take some punishment, and he's a good puncher. He's not a puncher of the Wilder level or the Joshua level. Hell, I don't think he's a puncher of Luis Ortiz, but he's a guy that has more of a cumulative type punching power, that he's going to beat on you and beat on you and beat on you and break you down to the body and with headshots until you wilt or until he gets that stoppage or the referee jumps in, but I don't think he's ready for, any of the upper echelon guys right now, no matter what he says. And let's read some of his quotes regarding his statement. Well, I've got an idea and a few names in the hat, but until it's all signed off, then, I'm not going to mention any names. When asked if, former WBA champion Alexander Povetkin is among the group of potential opponents, he replied and said, yeah, that's an interesting fight. That's one of the names. Yeah, possibly, yeah. I want to be up against a really good opponent on July 13th, It's going to be a massive heavyweight showdown that day with, 3 of us fighting. Me, obviously Daniel and Nathan. So, that would be a good fight. That would be a fight to see if he can really get it done, because I think that even at 39 years old, Alexander Povetkin still has some left in the tank. He only has 2 losses in his career. He has 24 KOs. He's a former 2004, I believe, or former 2000 Olympic gold medalist. He's had a lot of experience, been in some big fights in his career, and I think that he would provide a really legit test for Joe Joyce, who is looking to prove himself as one of the guys you should pay attention to amongst the heavyweights, because I don't see it. I see a robotic, slow mover with a very shaky defense and who squares himself up a lot, and he gonna get fucked up by the upper echelon of the division. He doesn't have hand speed. He doesn't possess those qualities to me to be a heavyweight champion, or to at least have a sustained long run as a champion. He's just a guy that's tough. He looks more like he can be in a tough man competition and he would really do well and exceed in there. But we shall see, man. Once he steps up his competition, is he gonna sink or swim? If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you drop those comments in the comment section down below, giving me your thoughts on these topics in this video. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, man, to get notified every time I upload new content. Shout out to the movement and everybody that is moving with us. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information reported the way it should be. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My social media names will be in the video down below, so y'all can just go search the names on Instagram and Twitter and follow me, man, and comment if y'all do so in the comment section below. Until next time, I am out. Peace.